this. It's been a while. It's been a while. We're live. Yes, we're live. And there won't be anybody out there who's watching this. But I thought I'd give it a little bit of a run out like you do. There's no one watching this. Yes, it's early in the morning. I'm trying to get a load of beer reviews done. And no one's watching, but I don't care. Anyway, let's see if anybody watches us for an hour. I'll be on for an hour. About 11 o'clock, I'll finish. Let's see if there's anyone there. Yeah, so basically, I've decided to do more lives at some time. Someone's watching. I've got to do some more lives over the time. We got the first comment, and we got it from a very old, well, not old. We get it from a legend of a channel, actually. I haven't watched, actually, I don't know if he's still going, Tel. Are you? Are we going? Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're still going. Hope you're keeping well and everything. I really enjoyed your reviews and stuff. Hope you can get back on the saddle, Terry, and do some more reviews for us. It's really, really nice to hear from you. Really is. We used to really enjoy your reviews. Used to come up on a Sunday, didn't it? Sunday dinner time, couple of beers before you go off to the club and everything. Yeah, but you're really, really good, mate. Really good. Hope you're well too. Anyway, so basically, I've decided just to come on live because I'm going to bring back the live thing because I think there's something I've missed for a very long time, to be honest, doing live stuff. And I'm going abroad. I need to get a load of videos done. I've got a load of beer over there. I need to get done, put on, keep me relevant while I'm abroad in Greece, to be honest, and come back and hopefully do some more. The beer, actually, I'm drinking a beer at the moment. There you go. I know it's a bit early for a lot of you people out there. I'm drinking a double IPA from Polly's. Just reviewed it. So, bit of a breakfast, if you want to call it that. Anyway, yeah, so it's nice to hear from you, Tel. Hope you're keeping well and stuff like that. Like I say, really enjoyed your beer reviews. You're one of the... Actually, Terry's Quick Beer Review was one of the channels which, when I was starting out, going back nearly 10 years now, was an inspiration. So I hope you still got that beer shed, Tel, because that was cracking. Because he had this shed in his garden, he kind of like filled it full of beer paraphernalia and stuff, and he used to kind of like do his reviews from there. So yeah, it'd be really nice to see you do some more reviews, Tel. Really would. Who we got? Oh, it's Thomas. Yes. Amazing, Terry. He is amazing, mate. He is. Hope you're keeping well, Thomas. I haven't heard from you for a while. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I just thought I'd come on the Sunday morning. I've reviewed a few beers to go up. At the moment, I'm on a double IPA. It's not even bloody 10 o'clock. I'll show you the beer I've got, Thomas. Polly's double IPA, Circadian Rhythm. This is basically a little run out, really, because I'm going to start doing more lives this autumn. And I thought, well, just give it a little bit run out for an hour or so and see who still watches me. It's always a pleasure, actually, having people come on and watch us. And I just thought let's just give it a little bit of a run out, see who watches us and stuff. I don't think anybody's up at the moment, to be honest. I can't see anybody who'd be up who's stupid enough to watch me anyway this time of morning. On a Sunday, they've got church to go to. You know, church is Anyway, hope you're all keeping well. Yeah, we've got two great people watching us at the moment. And I have to say they're two legends because Thomas is a legend as well. Thomas was great doing his interviews and that with BeerTubers about a couple of years ago. I remember being very fortunate to be on one of his interviews or on the receiving end of one of Thomas's interviews. But it was always nice to interact with Thomas. He's a cracking lad, and so is Terry as well. I think, Terry, you support Gillingham, don't you, mate? Put it in the comments if you still support Gillingham. Anyway, 2 people watching, like you do. I'm drinking a Polly's double IPA, one of my favourite styles. One of my favourite styles of beer, double IPA. Yeah, they can be expensive, but the flavours you get out of them and the body of the beer, it's just really, really good stuff. I wouldn't recommend you drinking it before 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, but that's how I roll, you know. A lot of my reviews will come on my beer channel are very early in the morning, to be honest. You know, beer sets you up for the day, you know. You can go out and do the gardening and whatever and stuff like that. So Terry's replied, he says, doing all right, mate, stop reviewing when I changed my iPad. Wasn't tech enough to move my channel onto the new one. That's a shame. Bishop, that's all right. Yeah, Jim, top of the table, yes. Top of the table. Thomas, hello, hello, Thomas. Well, it does. This is the problem with these double IPAs. I mean, at the end of the day, it is deceiving when you look at something like that because, you know, some have so many hops in. This has got Citra, Equinox, Mosaic, and Simcoe in, and to be 8% and still drinkable, it's dangerous gear. But I do like the style. I really, really do. Terry says, hello, Thomas. Yes. Hello, Thomas. Yeah, it's a shame, Tal, because, yeah, you're one of the, I know that Dean's Beer Reviews used to watch you, mate. And, yeah, you always used to tune into you on a Sunday. And it was a thing at the time. You know, I'm trying to think of the brewery you used to do. What was it? Local Kent Brewery. Used to really rate. I never had the pleasure of trying their beers. Trying to think. I think they're based at Ramsgate, this brewery. Put it in the comments, Tal. What beer, what brewery you were rating at the time? I can't remember. Can't remember the name of it. But you really rated them anyway. You've done a few of their beers. Wheel Ales. And I can't remember the name. I know Kent Beer Reviews. He did it. He did their beers as well. Put it in the comments, Tal. Put it in the comments, Tal. But yeah, it is really nice to hear from you, mate. It really is. So anybody who's that's the one. Gad's Beer, that's the one, Tel. Yeah, I remember Ramsgate Brewery, but you used to go on about Gad's Beer. Are they still going, Tel? Because I remember you going on about, was it Gad's Beer number 7? Was it called number 7? I think it was. I'm not sure. Not sure the name of the beer, but I remember you used to do a lot of their reviews and used to really think quite highly of them. I don't know if they're still going. I'll tell you what, after this stream, I'm going to have a look up on their website and everything and see if I can get some beers ordered from them. Gad's Beer, yeah, that was it. That was it, yeah. I mean, it's similar to what... yeah. Oh, they're still going. Brilliant, brilliant. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a look at that. Definitely going to get some of their beers sent up north and have a look at their beers because they look intrigued. They look interesting, to be honest. They reminded me, Gad's beers, of the old Sussex brewery, Harvey's. Very traditional like. Haven't actually reviewed Harvey's on the channel. That's another thing I need to address maybe this Christmas. Go and get some more traditional beers up here, and especially from where I come from as well, down in Sussex, and get them reviewed up on the channel. Yeah, it's definitely one of them things I need to do. But it's really nice to hear from you, Tel. Really is, really is. Like I said, I've always been a big fan of your channel. It's been one of them kind of like channels which were in the early days inspired a lot of people to review beer as well. So yeah, nice to hear from you, mate. So anybody who's out there who's watching me, there's 3 of you at the moment. I am drinking a double IPA from Polly's Brew Company, Circadian Rhythm. This was picked up from Lamplight's Beer Tap Coffee House in Coxo in County Durham. Now, Coxo is slightly south of Durham. I don't think they'll ship beers outside of Kentwell. So I'll see what I do. I'll see what I can do. See if I can get some of their beer set up. So yeah, like I say, I haven't done any lives. This is my first live. This for 18 months, and I made the conscious effort of saying that I'm going to do some Saturday evening lives. They're going to come back in a few weeks' time, and I thought, you know, it's 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Why not just put a live up and see if anybody's out there. Get back onto the, get back into the habit of doing lives, and see how people are doing and see who's watching us and stuff like that. A little bit of a dress rehearsal for what's going to come after I come back from Greece in the autumn, and do some more lives, reconnect with some people out there who review beer and who like beer, and see how it goes. And yeah, so here I am. So anybody else got any comments? I know it's 3 people watching me. They're thinking, Christ, what idiot does a live on a Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm not even awake yet. So tell us if you've gone out last night and had a skinful, and you come in and you think, oh God, I've had a bit too much to drink last night, Stick it in the comments. Always like to hear. So as you can see, I've always had this cabinet behind me, and in a couple of months, I'm going to do a series of videos. I'm going to have a clear out of cans, get some fresh cans put in and stuff. All of this, by the way, I've been asked before if this has got beer in. This is all stuff that has been drunk and just been chucked into that cabinet. The ones at the top are the ones I've reviewed recently. We've got the Cloud Waters over there, which I will be doing a video for at some point, where I'll tell you exactly what I think of their releases this year. And we've got some stuff which really means a lot to me in this cabinet, but I think we're getting to the point now where I need to have a little bit of a sort out, get some old stuff in, get some old stuff out, get some new stuff in, and see how we go. Because some of the beer, it's not just about beer with me. It's about, some of this stuff here, which actually does bring back, evoke memories of times on the channel. There's been parts of this channel over the course of nearly 10 years, which I absolutely love. Thomas says, will you be trying? I have done 2, Thomas. And I'll tell you what now, if you haven't watched it, I'll bring it up for you. Oh, if I can get it. I did a review of an Oktoberfest beer, which, I'll be honest with you, has absolutely blown my mind. And this beer for me, I think every year I'm going to try and review this. And this beer has to be, well, it is for me, one of the best Oktoberfest beers. We're talking about the where's the camera? Augustiner Brau. Thomas, if you haven't tried that, mate, that blew me away. That blew me away. That is most probably one of the best beers. And I'm not just saying it. That is, for me, one of the best beers, Oktoberfest beers I've ever had. It's absolute banging. You can't get it in Aldi, of course. Aldi are doing being safe with the Spartan, Paulana, and all the other stuff they do. But Thomas, highly recommend that. Augustiner Brau are phenomenal. phenomenal brewery. Totally recommend it. I have been watching a lot of Oktoberfest footage this year. I just like the whole environment of Oktoberfest. I think when you see these lasses, smaller than me, thinner arms than me, and they're carrying about 15 steins. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Thomas. It really is. I wish you could get that in Ireland, because I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what, that is absolutely phenomenal stuff. That is really, really good. That takes Oktoberfest beers to another level for me. It really did. It's a shame you can't get it in Ireland. Big shame. Big shame, Thomas. As far as Ireland's concerned, since I've done my last stream, I fall in love with O'Hara's. O'Hara's I like. Sullivan's. Sullivan's, a red ale. I think I've got it somewhere around here. Don't know if I have no more. We had I've got the stout. There you go, Thomas. If you're watching, that one there, that was a banger, that was. I did a red ale as well. Really, really good. Tell us in the comments, Thomas, what you think of Sullivan's. I think they're fantastic. O'Hara's, love. It's just nice to have a variation in Ireland away from the Guinness. That's what I really, really like. Something more, Irish than Guinness. How can you get more Irish than Guinness? Anyway, feeling a bit past this. Apollo, I remember doing these lives. You got to keep rabbiting away. So I'm still in the double IPA. I better drink that. That's lovely. Lovely stuff. That is really, really good. Really, really good. Well, I've dropped down now to 2 viewers. Fair enough, how it is 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Who wants to talk about beer? Which is fair enough. But like I say, the reason why I've done this stream is basically, I've gone down to 1 now. The reason why I'm doing this stream is basically give it a little bit of a run out, see how it goes, and get back into the process of doing live stuff. Gone back up to 2 now. It's just an idea, just to get me used to doing streaming again, and we got back down to 1. So yeah, basically that's what it is. That's why I've just done it. But I need to get into the rigmarole of trying to get into doing stuff again, stream wise. And hey up, Tom says, oh, so really decent. They're actually building their own brewery. Yeah, they are great, Thomas. The Irish red ale, the Maltings, I think it was called. I actually sent a can to Barry at All the Beer No Idea. Sadly enough, I sent him a load of beer at the time when he was thinking of actually, well, I've gone back to 0 now. Funny enough, I sent him a can of beer at the time where he was thinking of folding up, and he didn't actually put it on his channel. I did put it on my channel because he sent the review to us. So check it out. So we're back to 0. No one's watching us. People got fed up. I don't mind. I don't mind. This is just a little run out. Like I say, this is just an hour's worth of me talking bollocks and seeing anybody actually replies to you. So we'll carry on like you do. I'm not going to say, is anybody, I'm not going to say, oh, what's everybody drinking and that, because there's actually no one watching this. But if you watch this, afterwards, it's fair enough. So, like I say, this is all about giving it a run out, see if, things are working, StreamYard and all that, ready for me to do a Saturday night evening live at some point. And because I know that a lot of people who I talk to enjoy them. and I've missed them. And like I say, this is the first time for 18 months I've done them. So we've got 0 watching, 0 watching. We got a plethora of empty cans behind me, which I've announced, which I'm going to have a clear out. And yes, Tel says he's having tea at the moment. I hope it's Yorkshire tea, Tel, because Yorkshire tea's the best, mate. It is. It is. That's me being a slightly biased towards Yorkshire. Yeah. There's no set time for me actually to have a beer. I think if you feel like a beer, whether or not you get up in the morning or go to sleep at night, I think, you have a beer. I think, do people perceive you as having an alcohol problem if you have a beer first thing in the morning? I've never seen it like that because when I review beer, I only do about 3 or 4 when I review beer. If I have a beer to enjoy and, in the garden, I have a little bit more. But for me, it's about trying to find time to do the beer reviews and to keep them going. And if it means getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and reviewing a beer, I will do it. As long as you've had something to eat and stuff, and that's the way it goes. But it's interesting. I'd like to know, I'd be intrigued to know what time of day a lot of these beer reviewers out there actually do review their beer. I might be the only one who does it first thing in the morning, 10 o'clock-ish. But, it's whatever suits you. I think that's the main thing. When you go back to the old days, when I first started, when I looked at these channels at the time, we talked about Ginge Ale Trail and Terry K and, Sofa King Drunk. I always intrigued to know actually when they're actually reviewing beer, So I don't think it's, a set law for you to drink a beer in the afternoon or evening. If you feel like a beer, you have a beer, didn't you? You have a beer. As you said earlier, a quick beer before I shoot off to the club from all being a... Yeah. That's what I liked about actually your channel, Terry, is that you were really kind of like down to earth. You reminded me, funny enough, and this is no disrespect to you, mate, of my granddad, because that's what he used to do. Yes, he used to have a bottle of Guinness at home. Then he used to go up to the working men's club. You know what I mean? He used to go to the working men's club. I used to go with him as a child. And, he used to have his pint. He used to sit down. He'll have a game of crib, because the crib was kind of like a long box with a load of holes in, matchsticks. And there used to be an old fella who used to come round all the tables in the club with a pint of prawns. He used to get the pint of prawns, used to bite off him. And but what I find actually upsetting is the fact is that genre or it's disappeared. That type of going to the working men's club on a Saturday, on a Sunday evening, bingo night, and that type of togetherness. I know you do get them in the north. I'm near the northeast up here. They still have working men's clubs, but in the south, where I came from, it used to be all over the place. Yeah, Terry Cape. Yeah, he was. But without him, Terry K, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be reviewing beer. I really wouldn't. It was such an influence on me and such an inspiration on me back in the early days that it's unmatched. It really is. I honestly do think out of the British beer reviewers, he was the greatest beer reviewer of all time. And we talk about numbers and you talk about beer channels now. We've got loads of subs and blah blah this, blah blah that. Terry K was the real deal. Terry K had the humour, he had the knowledge, and Um, you had the entertainment, the X factor, the entertainment value to it. And for me, Terry Kay was the greatest beer tuber of all time. 15, I think I only did 1,500 videos, but they're 1,500 videos of magic. They're 1,500 videos of beers and knowledge and entertainment, which for me, I've tried to match, but never will. And there'll be other beer reviewers. I can think of one certain beer reviewer, I'm not going to name names, who has taken the comedy level to an extreme. And to be honest, it's not great. And it's just not something which I'll levitate to. If you go back to comedy back 20 years, 30 years, there wasn't any woke. There was people who were actually genuinely funny. And the best thing about comedy is that it's not funny if you don't take the piss out of somebody. And that's what it used to be. You know, it's not funny. You know, you get Roy Chubby Brown or Bernard Manning or anything like that. No matter what your no matter what your type of opinions are of these comics, they were genuinely funny. And the reason why they were genuinely funny is because, you know, they took the piss out of people. And, you know, people now are so sensitive to all these things of just people taking the piss out of people. Is that, it's gone a bit too far. And, you know, just get a life, grow a thicker skin and have a laugh. And that's what it should be. You know what I mean? So I'm very much old school for me. And like I say, Terry Kay, one of the greatest beer reviewers of all time. He really was. And the spirit of Terry Kay will always be in this channel. And I think I've dedicated the whole channel to him, because without Terry Kay, I wouldn't be here. And I think without the first wave of beer reviewers, a lot of us wouldn't be here. So, you know, you've got to, you know, pay homage to the people who influenced you at the beginning. It's very important that you do that. Every time I crack open a beer, I always think, funny enough, of the first wave of beer reviewers. Now, there's beer reviewers out there who first started before me, who are still going but never get any recognition. And I'm talking about Ginger Ale Trail, Stuart Pickard, who he hasn't got many subs, but my word, I see him, I see Danny at Sofa King Drunk, Hopsy, and also Terry Kay, and you could say Simon as well, as legends. These people are at the pinnacle for me. These are your Led Zeppelins, your Black Sabbaths. These are Deep Purples. These are the beer reviewers who we look up to. And for me personally, that's what I look up to. Simo's in. Hello, Simo. Yeah, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Always nice to hear from Simo. I thought I'd just do, you know, a live one, because the lives are coming back, Simo. Early evening Saturday lives, because you know I get up early. I'm going to start doing them again. This is a little bit of a trial one, and see how, you know, see what people are out there and see if anybody watches me. Woodsy, hello, mate. Terry got me into ales back in 2011. I still think of him every time I have a gobgoblin. But last year when I had one, I looked him up and was devastated with it. Yeah, I have done a tribute video, Woodsy, if you want to see it. It's on my playlist somewhere. I didn't hear about his death about 2 or 3 months after. Obviously, his wife messaged me, put it on a group on Facebook about him. But he was genuine, and he was you know, legit. He was the real deal. He was the real deal. He just was. He was everything that I aspire to on my channel. He really was, and he was. I don't think you'll ever see somebody as genuine and as down to earth as Terry was, and that's my opinion. I'm the same, mate. Watched loads of his reviews, enjoyed it so much. Yeah, exactly. That comment for me sums it all up about Terry. He inspired a lot of people. He inspired. Maybe I thought myself, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could go and do beer reviews. Maybe I could learn a bit about beer. Maybe I could actually be quite good at it. And for me, that is the most important thing about YouTube. It's not about the money. It's not about the subs. Fuck the money, fuck the subs. It's all about you being inspired by somebody, being inspired to do, to go into a world of reviewing beer and discovering beer. And for me, Terry was fantastic. Was drinking Rob's homebrew pineapple Weizenbock last night. Oh my God. If anything's by Rob's beers, they're very, very drinkable. I need to actually get something together for Rob because he did send me some beers. I will do. And it's a problem with when you're beer reviewing, people send you beers and you need to send them something back. Same with you, Simo. I need to do something for you as well. I didn't know him outside of YouTube, but I definitely learned a lot from him. Plus, being into ales was something that helps me grow as a person. It's so away from the dull life. Yeah, you're definitely right there. I think he inspired a lot of the current crop. I think what I've seen over the years is that the first wave of beer reviewers, when we're talking your Simons, your Terrys and your Hopsines, inspired the next wave, which was me, the likes of Dean's Beer Reviews, Harry at Blue Nose. Then it goes down and it goes to another generation and a generation after that. And I think that is what we're finding in BeerTube, is that one generation inspires the other, then it goes down and goes down and goes down and goes down, which is all fine because we need to have beer reviewers out there. I think it's important that we have beer reviewers. So yeah, it's definitely a niche, put it that way. So if you just joined us, the beer I'm drinking is a small sessionable double IPA from Polly's Brew Company. This is Circadian Rhythm. It's a double IPA, 8% ABV. It's nearly 10:30 on a Sunday morning. I don't go to church, so I thought, well, I'll do some beer reviews like I've done. Got some videos ready to upload because I need to get ahead because I'm off to Crete next week. There'll be some Greek beer reviews hopefully coming up on the channel. And I thought, well, I'm going to bring back the lives. So let's bring back the lives on a Sunday morning. I don't expect anybody to watch me. I'm very flattered to have 5 people watching me, and we see how it goes. Simo says, woke up feeling like I've been run over. I've also reviewed the beer Mongrel and Spa collab. Wasn't as bad. I'll check out. I haven't got a Spa near me, Simo. What have I got near me? Have I got a Spa? I've got Premier stores, and we got kind of like a shitty Morrison's mini store at the top of the hill. There's again in Richmond, but I haven't seen a Spa around me. I don't think there's a Spa in Darlington. Might be. I'll have to have a look at that, mate. I'll have to look at that. I'll have a look at that because it sounds intriguing. I didn't see your video, but I make a rule really not to really watch people's reviews before I review a beer, but I will try and source out a spa. Now we're talking about spas. Now spas I only used to go to when I was at school, and this bloke used to go like hire out porno video. He used to hire out porno videos, and we used to go around my mate's house dinner time at school and watch them. Yeah. That's going back a bit there. Yeah, that was going back a bit. Going back and watch some porno video. Go back into school with great big. Oh, brilliant stuff. Right, Woody says, your mummy Terry in all the best ways. What a guy he was. I wonder how many people. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Woodsy. He was a fabric. He is part of my DNA. When I do beer reviews, he's everywhere. And to be honest with you, he was pretty annoyed with me when I first started out because he thought I was just copying him. But it wasn't meant to be at all. It was a fact of the matter of fact, I was been watching his videos out of everybody, and his influence was so paramount that it shone through. But over the years, I've tried to find my own technique, if you want to call it that, and come out with my own way of doing stuff. But yeah, he was so influential. I suppose that you could say it's a bit of a compliment that he was influential, should I say, to a lot of people. So this is part of his legacy, I suppose. It's part of the legacy he left behind. Of you know, and I think that's why I think he's one of the greatest ever, because he left a legacy, an influence on a lot of people. So there you go. That's my rant over about Terry. I've got wind now. Oh, lovely stuff. So on the channel, we've got a load of German beer to bring you. I went to Training Madness in York about 2 weeks ago. Picked up a load of German beer. I don't know if it's going to come up on the channel. I don't know if it's going to come up on the channel within the next 2 weeks or in a month. We've gone to Flotzinger, Brauhaus Tegernseer. We've got some Rothaus Pils. Rothaus, fantastic brewery, one of my favourites in Germany. Looking forward to trying their Pils. The beers I've actually had today so far is up there. We've got a Milestone Hell's Lager from Nottingham. We've got Trig, West Coast IPA. I have to admit, was very, very bitter for West Coast IPA. And we've got a really bad beer from Tiny Rebel called Hop Hut Summer Slam. It looked shit in the can. The beer was shit as well. So, yeah, they'll be coming up on the channel. We also got some other reviews coming up on the channel. Today, we have got a fest beer from a new German brewery for me called Zottler. We've also got a Stonehouse beer coming up, or Baz from All the Beer No Idea has sent, called Drift Away. We've got another Tiny Rebel called Scala, and we've got a Geisinger Fest beer, which was brilliant, coming up. We've got Sure Shot Brewing doing a Milson Pale Ale, which was great. And we got a Brewdog Wingman Tropical Storm, which was a very entertaining beer review, I have to say. They're all coming up on the channel. I don't know when they're coming up, over the course of the next few days and in a couple of weeks, because I'm off to Crete to basically to drink a load of Greek beer in the sun, you know what I mean? So yeah, so there you go. So yeah, I know it's early, I know it's a Sunday, and I know for a fact that there's no one about, but I just thought, give myself a little trial run of doing a live, just to, you know, get me in the swing of things for when I do it when I come back. And yeah, so 3 people watching. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. I really do. We got 4 people watching. Someone's popped in. John78. I will, mate. Yeah, I will. I will. Look out for the videos. So hopefully get a good Wi-Fi signal out there. And I'll be doing a load of Greek beers and stuff, and, you know, stuff, out and about videos. I do like doing my out and about videos. I haven't done many this year. I did a really good one in Spain last year, Girona. Fantastic place. I'm hopefully going to get to Agios Nikolaos in Crete and do an out and about video and stuff, and do some beer reviews out there. It's what I do. You know, it's some people go on holiday to lie on the beach. Me, I go out on holiday, much to Mrs. B's annoyance, and go out to the off license, get to back to the hotel room and start reviewing beer. It's not great, is it? But it's not a good idea, but that's the way we do it. That's the way I roll. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, the weather at the moment is in the 30s, so I'm flying out Wednesday, I think. Got some stuff to do before Wednesday and stuff to come up, packing, and you know the usual drill, packing, cats to the cattery and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it will be great, and I'm sure I'll do some other beers. So I have actually reviewed beers when I went to Crete last time, 5 years ago. I put them on the channel, so I'm hopefully gonna not repeat myself and maybe actually do some reviews of some bars out there. That might be quite good. So, do you keep mentioning Crete to make us jealous? It's working hard. Yeah, I will do, mate. Yeah, I will do. Thanks for watching. If you're popping off now, Terry, for get yourself spruced up for the club. Club won't open till 12. Yeah, nice to hear from you, mate. Really is. You're a legend. You are really a legend. You are, and it'd be nice to see you doing some more content on YouTube. So anybody who's joined us now, there's 3 of you. 3 of you. Right, we've got Circadian Rhythm from Polis Brew Company, double IPA. Very, very good. You know what I'm going to do? I need a splash. Oh, back again. Who's watching? There's 4 watching. There's 4 watching, so I've had a splash. Right. Who's watching us? Can't believe I thought I was going to come back. There'd be 0. So the beer I've just had. Yeah, I'm not going to say it again. Circadian. Someone's dropped to 3 now. Oh, he's back from a. He's back from having a slash. I'm not going to watch him anymore. Cracking. Anyway, tell me, anybody out there, what you're doing today on a Sunday. Me, I've got some stuff to do. Got some gardening to do. Got to take the cat out like you do. The cats go out in the garden on a lead. in front of the neighbours. It's not great, to be honest. It makes me look like a prat, but I tend to do it, you know. I want to go out. I've just done some reviews. They're up there. Trying to get ahead in reviews, to be honest, because it's important that I do. Because I'm off and I need to get some stuff ready to upload, you know, whenever. So that's been the case this weekend, to be honest. I'm going to try and start reviewing beer maybe Monday as well, just to get enough material online on YouTube to actually kind of like keep me tidied over, because I've got to go to a cat show when I come back. The reason being that the good lady wife thinks that we should go. I like cats. I've got cats, but you know, I need to go to another Cat's Crufts down in Coventry way. I'm trying to look out what beer shops are down in Coventry. I know beer houses in Coventry, so I might have to kind of like pop into there and see if I can on the way to the cat show. Anyway, so that's the reason why I'm doing a load of reviews to get up, in front material for all you good people to watch. And also, I thought I'll do this live. I'll start at 10 o'clock. I don't know, there's not many people watching us. I thought I'll start this 10 o'clock, see how it goes. It will be coming back on a permanent basis. It'll be coming back on a permanent basis on a Saturday in a couple of weeks. Trilby Phil, hello mate, how you doing? Yeah, Trilby Phil, not familiar with you, mate, but I know you do some live stuff with what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Out in Stockton way. I was in the Lost Robot a few months ago talking about him. Anyway, nice to hear from you, mate. It really is. I'm trying to think of his name. Oh, anyway, talking of live, nobody seems to do them anymore. They come on my iPad. Look, so anyway, keep them. I will do Terry. Yeah, I think for me, live reviews are. You know what? Funny enough, Terry, ever since I've started, I've only done one live review, and that was with Baz at All the Beer No Idea. We did a Founders Beer 2 years ago. Oh, saying that, I did appear on Dean's beer review. We did a Stonehouse beer, Two Thongs. That was a couple of years ago. I don't really guest on many live streams. I've done Scott at Scott and Wonders once. I'm hopeful that we'll do it again. And I've done a live, like I say, I've done a live with Dean and I've done a live with Baz a few times. I've never really done live stuff, and I suppose that's why this environment I'm doing now is quite difficult for me to keep it going. But I'm doing a good job. I'm trying to do a good job. Anybody I've offended out there? Yes, Trilby. Sorry, mate. Yes, it's Luke John. Yes, totally with you. Luke. I first came across Luke in Sedgefield. I don't know if you live in Northfield. I don't know if you live down, Midlands or whatever. Sedgefield has got a bottle shop called The Lost Robot. Luke knew the owner of The Lost Robot, and I went in there, had a chat with him, found out he wasn't that well at the time, sent him something like a goodwill video to him to help him cheer him up and stuff. He's a good boy. He's a good lad, Luke. I always got a little bit of time for him. He's always enjoyed his videos and stuff. Let's see what's on. Definitely, yeah, we have got one in the pipeline, John. We have got a live in the pipeline with Baz. I think it'll be in the autumn. I do talk to him on a regular basis. He's one of the greatest. He's one of the great beer reviewers out there. He really is. And we're going to definitely get back to doing a live. I want to get Deeping's Brew Reviews involved as well. Another great little channel. If you haven't subscribed to him, John, check him out. He's worth a go. I thought you were a Northerner. Phil, I thought you were a Northerner. You're in Hampshire. Well, I don't know what side of Hampshire you're from, Phil, because I'm a Saint. I'll be honest with you. I lived in Totton in Southampton for a couple of years. Became a Saints supporter. I don't know if you're familiar with Scott Review Sings. He's a Pompey lad. We do have a bit of banter between us in good jest and stuff. And originally I was from Eastbourne in Sussex, so I know the South Coast very, very well. I'd love to know whereabouts in Hampshire you're from, Philby. Yes, Stockton. It's a bit of the armpit of the UK, really. Oh my word, you're a Saint too. Oh, fantastic. Andover, yeah, I know Andover well. Not much to shout about, is there, about Saints, to be honest? It's every weekend it's a bit of a letdown, to be honest. We've got Bournemouth on Monday, and I'm not expecting anything from that either. But to be honest, if we have to have a season of absolute dross, for that time last summer of winning that promotion at Wembley, it more than made up for it for me. It was a magical day. I never went down, but I had a barbecue out there. I'm in Yorkshire, to be honest. I had a barbecue out there. Maybe the only one out there having a barbecue while I was having the time of my life. So for me, even though we had a really bad, we've had a really bad run I would not take away that day last year of winning promotion. It was fantastic. Do I think Russell Martin has had his day as Saints manager? I think so. I think it's time for him to bow out and maybe step aside. But he's a great bloke. He is. He's a great bloke. You're a gooner from Kent, but live in Essex now. My town has a brewery called Wibblers. No, I've never heard of Wibblers, but you never forget a name like that, would you, Wibblers? Wibblers. It's a name you would never, ever kind of like think you've had a beer from. It's certainly kind of like sticking to your mind, wouldn't it, Wibblers? Certainly would. That sounds intriguing, mate. I actually going to have to maybe Google. I'll make a note of Wibblers. Make a note of Wibblers. It sounds like a very traditional brewery. Of course, Kent is the Garden of England, and Kent is home to a plethora of really good traditional breweries. Shepherd's Neame I used to love. Bishop's Finger used to be a cracking beer. I used to go to a place in Horham called Horham, actually in Sussex. They were kind of like home to Merrydown Cider. They had this kind of like pub in Horham, and he had, all these Merrydown ciders, and he had all the Shepherd's Neame beers as well. You had Spitfires, your Bishop's Finger and stuff like that. And it was really, really good. I remember having plenty of good night in Horham back in the day. So, yeah, I would definitely check that out. Cheers, Woodsy, for that. Wibblers. Yeah, intriguing. I'm intrigued by that name. Great name. Anybody out there who, eye up, Scott's in, number 3. Yeah, I am number 3. I'm not a number, I'm a free man. Yes, number 3. Morning, mate. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. This is just like a trial run, actually, Scott, if you're watching, because obviously I'm going to bring these these kind of like lives back on a Saturday evening. I thought, you know, Sunday morning, no one's up. You know, it's pretty safe. I'm not going to offend anybody. I'll just, you know, everyone's gone to church. Let's do a live for a couple of hours, see how, you know, see how it goes. It's working really well at the moment. So thank you so much, mate, for dropping in. Lovely house from there. They do mead. Now, mead. Anybody who likes mead, I like mead. It is fantastic stuff. It's like honey kind of like inspired wine, isn't it? It's beautiful stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Mead. Oh, that is. I'll tell you what, Woodsy, get some mead down here. It's cracking. Yeah, it is. It's great, isn't it? I mean, I go through my phases on YouTube, to be honest, Scott. I kind of like go from, you know, doing a load of lives and not doing any at all. But to be honest with you, I thought, you know, I want to get more involved with lives and stuff. And I thought myself, well, let's do something on a Sunday morning. No one's about. If I offend anybody, or tough shit. And just kind of like get into the role, you know, get into the mindset of doing more lives. And I actually say, you know, no one's watched me really. I've been on for 44 minutes. No one's really, well, it's dropped down now. No one's really watched me. But it's just, yeah, a good way of get the wheel rolling again, you know. You're back from church. Yeah, you got to go to church, and you got to go and pray. I pray all the time, especially for a Southampton win, mate. It's not going to come, is it? It certainly ain't. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think, yeah. I'm a scummer. I'm a scummer. Yeah. Oh, God bless you, my son. No, I'm totally with you. Yeah, yeah. But that's what life's all about, isn't it? Andy K. Andy K's dropping. Hello, Andy. I don't know if I'm gonna get you. Oh, we're getting. Hey, it's getting going now. It's getting morning. All Andy K's come on. How you doing, mate? How you keeping? Woodsy's come on. Oh yeah, the mead. There was lovely pricey for the amount, but I won't buy the bottle stuff from Amazon again. But that was nasty though. For me, from real breweries, yeah, totally agree. I think when you buy beer or wine or anything alcoholic from Amazon, you're getting ripped off. It's got to be from the brewery. I got given this Amazon card from work. As a Christmas bonus last year. I thought, hey, let's buy some beer. Yeah. So I went online and I kind of like picked some beers out and I was ripped off totally. So I know where you're getting from there. Yeah, Bournemouth, mate. Yeah, I thought you'd be a cherry tomorrow. Yeah, Bournemouth, the friendly derby, I call it, because let's face it, Saints against Bournemouth is not really a derby. I never see that as a derby. It's similar to what it is up here in the northeast. You know, Middlesbrough trying to kind of like getting on the Newcastle-Sunderland rivalry. It's not a derby. It's a friendly derby. Scott says, morning, Andy. All good, JB. Morning, Scott. Scott says, just back from a 28-minute run. Knackered now and got a 4-hour drive to Peter later. For fuck's sake. I couldn't run for about 5 minutes, Scott, to be honest with you. I couldn't run for 5 minutes, but I'll notice that what I do is I tend to go on a diet. I tend to go on a diet of kind of like salads and stuff, and it tends to work for me. For me, it's kind of like, you know, running and stuff. It's not me. It's beer belly just wobbles about all the time, to be honest. Nobody got any hate for Bournemouth. I haven't, to be honest. I'll be honest, Scott. I haven't got any hate for Bournemouth because I don't know. They're just. It's not the rivalry, is it? You know, the rivalry is Saints Pompey. You know, that is the rivalry. That is something which is kind of like special. It's like where you go anywhere else in the country. Norwich, Ipswich, Newcastle, Sunderland. It's the rivalry. That's what I love about it, the banter. Where Bournemouth are concerned, I think Bournemouth for me, they're kind of like, yeah, they're trying to get in on it, but there won't ever be any rivalry for me because the real rivalry is between Southampton and Portsmouth. It'll always be and always will, always will be. It's an old-fashioned traditional football rivalry, and you can never ever take that away. It is the biggest rivalry in the South. There's nothing that takes away from it. It really isn't. And to be honest, there's been some ups and downs, there's been some dramas, but to be honest, you can't beat a good old-fashioned football rivalry. Lastly, as well, it isn't it, mate? People actually refusing to set foot in it. It gets a bit stupid. There is a video, actually, I might send it to you, Scott. I saw, I can't remember the channel. It's called like My City Will Beat Up Your City. I think it's called that. I'll send it to you at some point. It's about between Portsmouth and Southampton. Yes, there's a lot of deep-rooted hatred between the two cities. I totally get it. Totally get it. Two rivals. But at the end of the day, there's two football teams there, traditional football teams. One side will say that, well, one city has got a flash stadium and a shit team, and you look at the other city's got a really old-fashioned, old-school ground, traditional ground. At the end of the day, it's what we want in football is rivalry, traditional kind of rivalry, and you can't beat Saints Pompey. I honestly can't. You got Brighton down the road who like their Crystal Palace as a rivals, and you got, Plymouth, Exeter. But for me, the big deal is Saints Pompey. You can't go wrong. It is proper football. They are incredible. They are incredible. But at the end of the day, Woodsy, they're not Saints Pompey. At the end of the day, it's not that fixture. They're both well run. They're both well run clubs, but it's still not Saints Pompey. It's still not that fixture. At the end of the day, they are great clubs. They are. I know plenty of Brighton supporters. If I did support Southampton, I'll be a Brighton. I'll be a Seagull, without a shadow of a doubt. But, we're talking about history here. We're talking about history between two cities. We're talking about the rivalry of it. And I don't think you'll ever get that unless you go to the Saints Pompey. Yeah. And it's funny, that documentary, Scott, they ended up kind of like going to the libraries of Southampton and Portsmouth about stuff in each libraries being deleted from their books and stuff. And it ended up being an absolute farce because the stuff they were the events of rivalry between the two sides, it ended up being a bit of a false kind of like lie, if I remember right. Totally agree, Scott. Throw Wolves in the mix too. I know they had a poor season. I'm Arsenal, but I'll never not take those teams serious. I think for me the Premiership is a different world from what Southampton, Portsmouth, anybody's used to. For me, for the Premiership is a different planet. We're talking big money. It's all about the money. It's all about who's putting in the money. The betting syndicates or whatever you want to call it. I'm just thankful that we're in the Premiership. We're going to get hammered every week. I know we are. But for me, it's not about the money. It's all about to be honest with you, right? This is my own personal opinion. I would rather have a really good derby game with Portsmouth then Saints do well in the Premiership. That is my own opinion. I think, for me, the fixture between Southampton and Portsmouth is a gem. And you can look on YouTube over the years, the rivalry or whatever, the games that have been played over the years between the two have been really fantastic. They've been really a proper derby. You know, we're not going just back to Danny Ings at Fratton Park 4-0 Southampton. We're going 4-0 Portsmouth at Fratton Park. We're talking when Harry Redknapp decided to kind of like, you know, cross borders. It's really important that we have fixtures like this in the Football League. It really is. I'm in this IC. I'll take Fratton Park over any of these mod. You know what? I'll be honest with you, Scott. Right? My granddad used to go to Fratton Park. My uncle used to go to the Dell. I started to levitate towards my uncle because he used to take me to the Dell. Okay? Dell, proper old-fashioned football ground. If he didn't take me to the Dell, I know for a fact my granddad would have taken me to Fratton. So for me, personally, it's all because I went to the Dell, I support Southampton. If I went to Fratton more in my youth, I'm sure I would have been a Pompey boy. So it's you know what I mean? It's something that is kind of like from when you're young. To be honest, yeah, if Arsenal win the league, they win the league. Doesn't matter to me because at the end of the day, I'm a Saint. I'll be surprised if we stay in the league. But at the end of the day, you know, it'd be nice to see Arsenal win the league as you know, something different, you know. When it's supposed to have happened where proven to be out of box, I think it was a Pompey side. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that kind of like documentary really summed it up. It really did. It really did, mate. It really. Have you seen that one, the Chef Wednesday? See West Ham. No, I haven't. I'll have a look into that, Scott. Have a look into that, mate. I haven't. To be honest, I do like Championship football. I think Championship football seems to be, you know, more honest and more down to earth than the Premier League. You know, the Premier League seems to be a bit of a soap opera, but I do like Championship football. And there's some great old school clubs down in Championship. And we're talking about Sheffield Wednesday. We talk about Leeds, great old school ground, Ellen Road, Fratton Park, Portsmouth. You know, there's some great old school, you know, Bramall Lane, great old school clubs down there. And for me, when Saints were in the Championship, or when I looked at what was going on in Championship, it felt more down to earth, you know, down to, you know, normal traditional football. I hear you, but things also change and improve quickly. Bournemouth used to spend their seasons shit scared away again and barely cling on. Now they come to me mid-table. They are, and you know, they totally deserve it. I mean, yeah, I mean, Ramsdale was. I mean, there's a little bit of a mixed reaction with Ramsdale, to be honest, in the Saints camp, because I think, yeah, it was a great signing, but then there's some quarters thinking, Christ, he must have the best football agent in the world, because he's gone from club to club and he's made a fortune. I'll be more than happy to send you a bottle of two-wheelers. They're quite strong. I'll tell you what. I haven't got a PO box, but get in touch with us, Northern Sumner Beer Reviews at Gmail, and we'll have a chat, and I'll send you something back, mate, if that makes sense. Sort of, yeah. Northern Sumner Beer Reviews at Gmail. Send us an email, mate. Scott said, bloke, think he overexcited where he won a throw. Maybe so. Actually, while we're talking about Pompey, Scott, was he there? The fella with the tattoos and the bells and what's his name? John. He's got the bookshop in Petersfield. I can't remember his name. You know, John and you know the fella, didn't you, Mr. Pompey, John Portsmouth Football Club. Was he there? Is he still going? John Westwood. That's the one. Yeah, John Westwood. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he's a character now. But then again, you know, when you look at football clubs and you look at the characters in the support, you know, we've got this fat who starts to dance. I don't know his name. He's kind of like that, bald head, and he starts dancing and that, and you think, what the fuck are you going on about? John Westwood, he's got a bookshop in Petersfield, rings the bell, and you never ever forget John Westwood. You go to a Portsmouth game or you watch Portsmouth on TV, the camera always pans to John Westwood because, you know, you will never ever forget him. And I suppose it is really nice to see a football club actually has a supporter which sticks out. And I don't mean that in any kind of like disrespect. It's just the fact is that, you know, you got this fella, Portsmouth. Well, I remember Portsmouth in the Premier League, and he used to be, you know, banging the bells and that. He might have stunk. I imagine you wouldn't have a bath. But it was so nice to see that. And I suppose other clubs have tried to replicate it, but you never ever get, you know, somebody as, you know, into their club as what he was and he is. And for me, he gets a bit of respect. I mean, even from a Saints fan, you know, he gets some shit. Well, obviously, when he goes to St Mary's, I imagine he will. Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing the documentary about him. He turned up at St Mary's for one fixture, and he was getting so much shit from the Saints fans and stuff like that. And yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. But no, you know, it's what makes these games special for me. It's what the rivalry, you know, the stuff. And I know people take it too far. They get, you know, the idiot suit on, and I tend to go and smash things up or whatever. But you get that in any rivalry. But it makes the English football game, English game itself special when you get rivalries. I don't think a country anywhere else, maybe Spain, maybe it's that has rivalry like the English do. I mean, you can look over, you know, the league. You look at Newcastle, Sunderland, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Everton, Saints, Pompey. They are rivalries. You know, they're deep-rooted rivalries, and it's always great to have. It's a sickness to be on the receiving end of a rivalry, believe you me. I mean, being on the end of a Pompey drubbing is now worse. And we're going back a few years now, but I remember it well, and it wasn't nice. But it does make it special. It does. It really does. Scott says, my first ever game was Pompey in '87 in the old division. Alan Ball. Alan Ball is one of the very few people who transcended between the two clubs, didn't he? Because Alan Ball, I remember him as Pompey manager, remember him very well. And he went to Saints. And when he went to Saints, at the time, he was I think it was on the back of Ian Branfoot. And Ian Branfoot wasn't a very popular manager because he left some of our best players on the bench. Definitely Matt Lettice was on the bench. And I remember seeing an interview with Alan Ball and saying he went into the dressing room, first game at Southampton, and he looked at the players in the dressing room, and he got Matt Lettice in the corner, and he turned around and turned everybody. He said, "Get the ball to him. He's your best player. Just get whatever you do, get the ball to him." And I think it resonated because if I remember rightly, Letitia had some of his best seasons under Alan Ball, because when I came out, they started to play. He scored some wonderful goals, and I think it was at the time when we started to beat like some Man U at the Dell and stuff like that. And it was yeah. I mean, I've just seen a comment. He was the only man that he was, and I totally get it, because he transcended. He was a World Cup winner. He transcended two clubs, and I think he's the only manager who got respect from the two lot, Pompey and Saints, because I know for a fact from the Saints end he got the best out of the team he had at the time, and he was a special man. He really was, and I don't think we'll ever see many people like Alan Ball. Woodsy says, it's just, yeah, it is 100% in our culture. This is what make football special. It's not the money. You can throw as much money at the game as you want, but at the end of the day, it's down to about the fans' rivalry. It's down to the two clubs involved in a game. And yeah, totally agree with you. He did, yeah, he did. He was a special man. Like I say, he had a great time at Southampton. He had a great time at Portsmouth. There's not very many people. Redknapp tried it. He went from Pompey to Saints, and he ended up in disaster. And to be honest, it takes a special type of person to pull that off. It really does. Remember watching Indian Body when he was on about money players, saying how could he stand up and tell these twats to do more than they were earning 4 times his salary. I mean, yeah, I think, to be honest, when you look at that comment about saying how he could stand up and tell these twats to do more than they were earning 4, I totally get it, because that sums up football now, doesn't it? When you think about it, I mean, for me personally, I think the magic has gone out of the game. I think the football itself now is not what it was. It's so driven by outside factors of foreign investment and players wanting extortionate amounts of money. It's killed it for me. I'm like an old school type of person. I like to go back to the days where football actually meant to towns, meant to cities, meant to people supporting their clubs. Now at the moment, it feels like people buy an Arsenal shirt and I'm Arsenal, or people buy a Newcastle shirt or whatever. I'm a Newcastle support. But you never live through any of the history and stuff like that, and I think that is a sad thing about today. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Sunday morning. I thought come on for a couple of hours. Must want to knock off about 12. Yeah, nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Scott says hello, Chris. How you doing? Yeah, I think a lot of yeah. Anyway, Scott's comment on it. He's got some good comments on coming on, Scott. I hate the Prem, despise it. The tournament isn't much better. Money is ruining the game, and now Sky and then mad kickoff times ruining the. Yeah, it is. It's just kind of like been hijacked. The whole sport has been hijacked by people with money. It should be about the people who support the clubs. It should be about the people who have lived in Portsmouth all their lives and supported them as a fan. It should be about people in Saints, in Southampton, in Millbrook, going, it should feel rivalry. It should feel like proper old school, my city's bigger than yours type of thing. And I think with the amount of the amount of money being put on the game and everything, it's destroyed it. It's destroyed all all the character about the English game, you know, and VAR, what a load of bollocks that is. It's just destroyed it. And for me, I like to go back 20, 30 years. Go back to the time where you used to turn up at a football club and your pitch is a vegetable patch and 2-footy challenges and, pint of mild at half time. That type of thing. Not bad, mate. Got my egg on toast and I'm depressed talking about football. To be honest with you, Everton, they won, didn't they? So you can't go wrong with that. Everton, I know plenty of people from my school support Everton. I wouldn't be worried too much about Everton, to be honest. I think their stadium looks fantastic, and I think given time, I imagine they'll be up there competing with the top 6 at some point. Sure they will. I've been taken over by somebody, haven't they? I understand supporting. I meet many Arsenal fans who have no interest. They just want. Yeah, it is. I mean, history. To be a proper supporter of a football club, you need to know about their history. You need to know about history between them and their, nearest rivals, at least. I also know that I'm on one. Seeing kids in cities, any city, that's a thought. Yeah, Man City, Man U. What a load of shit. Totally agree with you, Scott. What a load of bollocks. You know what I mean? Man City. Well, Man City. They're just a plaything for a rich Arab, aren't they? They don't give a shit about anybody in Manchester. You know what I mean? Haaland. Yeah, it's a Haaland. Haaland, for me, is not going to be one of the greatest footballers ever, is he? He's not. He's not going to lift the World Cup. So what a load of bollocks. Morning, Scott. Chris Ems. Woodsy. Also, couldn't imagine following anyone else, but I wish we was more in touch with our feels and very. Yeah, totally agree. Like I say, I've got relatives who are Arsenal supporters, and we're going back to, before Charlie Nicholas, before them days. I just think the football needs to get back to its traditional roots. I just think that it needs to get back to what was special about it in the first place. I just feel that with all this money everywhere, it's just fucked it. And I just feel like we should need to get back to what made it special in the first place. And we're not getting that. We're just getting, bollocks. I can't say much here. Being from Kent, supporting Arsenal, technically I should support Gillingham geographically, but the only people in my family who follow football. Arsenal is one of them clubs, isn't it? Arsenal and Spurs, I suppose, and Chelsea. Them three, you kind of like draw around the home counties of London and Sussex, Kent, Berkshire, Hertfordshire. I'd imagine that's where the majority of their supporters come. That's how I started supporting them and have done all. Yeah. Football's lost all its character. The man on the street no longer matters. It's a fucking cash cow. Totally agree. Aston Villa. Yeah. I mean, Aston Villa. Yeah, I totally get it. Totally get it. I just think it's all about the money and fuck everybody else. It's kind of like take the money and fucking run. We don't care if we get relegated. We don't care if we win a cup. We don't care if we kind of like drop down to Division 3. Money, money, money. Totally agree with you, Scott, on that. Is that expensive? Take your kids to full next generation fan come because you need the Harden fan that turn up at a wet Wednesday night. Yeah, I think I honestly think that we go back to basics. Maybe if Scott's still watching, Havant and Waterlooville, and maybe go to Eastleigh or Eastbourne Borough or whatever. Get back to the grassroots of football and support that more than the big clubs. Yeah, well, that'd be a good one. PA Brews News in. Cheers, mate. How you doing? PA Brews News an old school channel, been going from America for years, for years. Pretty good dab and at painting as well. You can paint you a good picture. Because yeah, it's a great channel. Please subscribe. Anybody out there who has not watched him, good beer reviewer, good channel. Nice of you to join us. We're talking about English football. Talking about English football, you might not know about, be familiar with English football. Yeah, I do like American football though. Any Yanks watching us, I do like American football. So I know it's about 11:15 on a Sunday morning. I know you got things to do. Anybody drinking a beer out there? Be interesting to know if you're drinking a beer. Terry's still here. Terry's Quick Beer Reviews. That is a legend of a beer channel. Check him out. Hopefully he's still got his beer reviews up. He is a banging bloke. Go and check him out. I think it's all over. It is now, mate. Yeah. It is now, yeah. Terry's Quick Beer Reviews. Anybody who's watching this, old school beer channel, loved him. He's down to earth fella. Go and check his beer channel out. Brilliant stuff. So you do some Mackie beers. Yes. I'm going to get some more in, Scott. I was in York 2 weeks ago. I went to Trembling Madness. In fact, went in Trembling Madness. It's a room about this size now. Used to be bigger. It's wall-to-wall beer. German, Belgian one end, and you got a load of craft and Eastern European. One side of the wall is all Mackie. And I looked at it, I thought, I'll tell you what, Vault City have got themselves a nice little niche in sour beers, I'll be honest with you. When I tried the Mackie, I hope I pronounced that right, you let us know. Mackie beers, I have to say, they're banging. I had a go. They were fantastic stuff. Really good brewery. I'm off now, mate. Partner wants to get some shopping done. Try to and be in touch. Yes, look after yourselves, Woodsy. So nice for you to pop in and say hello. Nice. Cheers. Well appreciated. P.O. Brews. Cheers to Yorkshire tea I'm on at the moment. You can't beat a beer of Yorkshire tea, can you? It is good. It is good stuff. Yorkshire bitter in my Yorkshire bitter. Yorkshire bitter's fantastic. It's a great style of beer. It's fantastic. I love a good Yorkshire bitter. I mean, we've got. I'm honoured to have Theakston's 15 minutes for me and Black Sheep. A good bitter is lovely. You can't beat it. It's a great style of beer. We don't have any bottle shopping pool anymore. Yeah, I mean, I did a video about bottle shops about 2 weeks ago. I'm in the same boat, Scott, to be honest. At the time, I've had about 3 bottle shops shut around me. I've had one which shut because she retired, which is fair enough. I've got one which was a coffee shop, bottle shop, but I've got a feeling it's going to move towards a coffee shop. We've had another one in Sedgefield, which is shut entirely. It's going to get harder to get some more bespoke beers from local breweries, I'll be honest. If I have to go and lean towards supermarket shite for a while, I'm going to have to. It's part of the turning circle of the beer channel, to be honest with you. Spot on, mate. Mackie. Yeah, Mackie. I'll have to remember that next time I do them. Because I've done 2, but they were done together. No, I haven't, mate. To be honest, Vault City, not really a brewery I'll really levitate to. I see them as a brew dog of the sours. I will have a look, because I know they've got some new stuff in Tesco. I will approach that at some time. Got a homebrew dark ale. Lovely. That sounds fantastic. That sounds really, really good, mate. Enjoy. Well, it turns out on the fourth feet, so it brings it down. The gingerbread stout is supposed to be very. Yeah, I will get round to it. I think for me, regarding supermarket beers, they're there if I need to get some beer reviews up, and I think that is the main draw. I think for me, get to the supermarket, get them up. There you go. I've done one today, which was absolutely terrible. The Hot Pot from Tiny Rebel, absolutely shit. I've done the Wingman as well, the double IPA, which is terrible. Yeah, so for me, I think supermarkets are not the necessity anymore. I think for me, I've decided a while ago is to go to them when I haven't got any bottle shops to go to and pick them up. £5 250, that won't sell. Scott says, I'm having problems reviewing beers. I'm only drinking weekends. It's making it quite, which is why I've had to come. Yeah, I mean, I totally get that, because for me, I went through a period where, you know, I don't want to be judged as just a beer review. I want to do other stuff, and I still have that philosophy regarding this channel, even though I do predominantly beer. I like to do music stuff, and I like to, hopefully when I get out there to create, do some out and about stuff, because I like doing that. Yeah, I think to pigeonhole yourself into just beer, I think it's the wrong thing to do. I mean, it works for some people, and you know, I'm not one to say it doesn't. But yeah, I think it makes it freshens things up if you do something different and go off on a whim and do, you know, some different content or whatever. I totally get what you're saying though. Drinking weekends, I've had a period where I've only doing, you know, 4 reviews a week for the past month. Sometimes you need to do it just to kind of step back and, you know, appreciate the beer you have and stuff. Then, you know, maybe Christmas time, you think yourself, maybe, you know, ramp it up a bit. Totally get what you're going on about there, Scott. Totally. Yeah, I totally get. Yeah, I mean, I know I've lost weight. Mrs. B said I've lost weight. You've lost weight because I saw it in your video. Yeah, I think you need to change gears when it suits you. I think that's the most important thing when you review beer, is to moderate it and change gears. And, you know, we're not getting any younger. And I think that's the point. You're not getting any younger. And the more older you get, the more you think about your mortality, you think about your health. And even though myself would say, yeah, I'll keep doing this, I know for a fact that I need to do it more in moderation. I know for a fact that I need to get some fresh air, you know, to get walking across them fields or whatever, just to, you know, get yourself into a better state of mind and a better state of health. And I totally get what you're getting there. It's important. It might do. That's a good one. I didn't realise how much I actually drink until I cut back. I'm doing a whole. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're quite easy getting bogged down with the beer thing, and I think over the, you know, for me over the years, and the other beer review over the years, they'll think that as well, getting bogged down, beer, but you need to obviously take care of your health, diet wise, exercise wise. So it's important, definitely. Totally get it. Yeah, watch match of the day. I don't use all match of the day. I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look at that. Cheers, Tel. Thanks for watching, mate. Legend, you really are. I did have a bit of a wobble. He had a bit of a wobble. Yeah, cheers, Terry. Terry's quick beer review. Anybody out there is watching it, he is a little diamond. Like I say, he's a beer reviewer that's been going for as long as me, I think. But he does it in, now and again. He used to pop a video up now and again, pop a video up, go to the Working Men's Club, and sometimes it was in the shed, sometimes it was kind of like in his living room. He was always honest, always banging. 2 or 3 minutes of your time. It was great. Big fan of his channel. I just wish he brought it back. I really do. He was great. He really was. Yeah, totally get it. Yeah. Towards the end, he had this shed. He kind of like labelled it out with all this beer paraphernalia. He sat down with a good old traditional Kentish beer. Tell you what it is. 2 or 3 minutes. No bullshit. Liked it or not. Going to the Working Men's Club. Love it. Love it. I hope he does. I hope he does continue. I hope if he watches this, he has watched it. It might give him some impetus to carry on, because I know for a fact that Dean at Dean's Beer Reviews was a fan as well. I know we interacted, and yeah, he was great. He was really good, really good. Hello, YouTube world. Yeah. Hello, YouTube world. Yeah, I remember that one. Now it's easy, Scott. Don't worry if you wobble. I still wobble, but I won't have a ciggy. Yeah, 13 in my mouth, counting. So yeah, so I have to say, yeah, I have to agree with Scott on that. I have to agree with Scott. Yeah, it's fantastic. I have to say, right, this live is done really, really well for me. As me, I went on for about half hour. Didn't have anybody watching. 7 people watching. Yeah, it's done well. I'm quite happy doing it. I'll tell you what, we go to midday. Go to midday because I've got to have to do a roast dinner for Mrs. B when she gets in from work. I'm quite good at roast dinners, to be honest. Anybody in the comments, tell me what your favourite roast dinner is. Is it pork? Is it chicken? Is it beef? Is it lamb? Stick it in the comments. Stick it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Not a lot. Oh, yes. All right, half a cucumber, Scott. I don't know what you're eating for your diet. Is it cucumber? Is it spaghetti? Is it pasta? Or yeah, that's a point. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you, mate. Yeah, let's not talk about food. Talk about beer instead. As you can see, I don't know if I mentioned it before on the live. We're going to have a clear out of cans. I'm going to do a video. We got a load of cans and empty bottles in there. Stuff from breweries which are not going anymore. I think it's about time I had a clear out, and had a freshen up, spruce up, or whatever. That'll be coming soon. Chris says, put your beer money in a jar. That would be supping and have a totally lamb. Yeah, lamb. I like lamb. I do like lamb. Bit of mint sauce, mint jelly, lovely. Lovely stuff. Roast tatties, roast parsnips. It's all good stuff, isn't it? It's all good stuff. We're having a healthy roast, so all good. Oh, that's all right. Wanda's on the kitchen. Wanda's in the kitchen. She's doing a bit of a roast. If I live near you, mate, I might pop round for a bit of a bite. Can't beat a good old carvery. No, you can't. Actually, though, but when you go to carveries, There are the specific instructions not to give you too many slices of meat. I went to Toby Carvery just outside York a few weeks ago, and I swear he had a kind of like earpiece in his ear, and he's kind of like cutting away. And don't give him too much, not too much crackling. But then again, years ago, I went to Phoenix in Tunbridge Wells, went upstairs, and this bloke, he must have been his first day on the job. He had this. Obviously, you get your joint, didn't you, at Carvery? That joint's supposed to last you the whole dinner service. This bloke, he's he's carving away the meat like that, and you thought to yourself, "Cry, that's not going to last, is it? The full 3 or 4 hours lunch." It's kind of like, gave me meats like that. He gave me half a bloody cow. Couldn't believe it. It's healthy protein. Why not? Yeah. You know, the nips, the honey roasted parsnips. That's the thing. What does it? Yeah, Toby. That's what I mean. Never did you? No, first day of Toby, I said I'll take her out for dinner. Until she looks high maintenance. You said Toby, I was first. That's brilliant. Yeah. Hang on, cats. Come on. Come here. Oh, ease up. Oh, let's come on. You see what Scott says about Wanda. What he said about Wanda. Going to Toby. Your name's Toby, isn't it? Hey? Hey? Going to high maintenance. Hey, that's like me, you going to Whiskers and to gourmet cat food, isn't it? Hey, look. Look at the screen. Anyway, yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly what I did, actually, to be honest with you. When I met Mrs. B, I didn't think she was high maintenance. I just thought, yeah, she likes a good time. Took her to the Indian, and that was it. Already buying the ring, as she said. Brilliant stuff, that. Brilliant. But then again, Scott, I have to say, if you're still watching, that must have been the best meal you had. Gotta be. Yeah, he does. He does. Bless him. He's a white twat, to be honest, Scott. He is. For a cat, he is a twat. He kind of like he does. He's got me on the hand. He's got me on the arm. But he's lovely. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. He is. He's kind of like, I take him for walks on the lead in my back garden. Cheapest meal I had. I'll don't you know what? Toby Carvery's. I'll tell you what, mate. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, Toby Carvery's. It is what it is. It's traditional. It's British. It's very, thin gravy. It's kind of like all that. Everything you want from a British roast dinner, you get in a Toby Carvery. It's just usually the person who's carving the meat, doing the main job of a Toby Carvery, is tight as arseholes, and you end up getting a thin bit of meat like that, and about 2 slices of it, and you think to yourself, you bastard, you're standing in front of that load of meat, and you're just being a right twat, kind of like cutting bits of meat about that thin. You know what I mean? And you're sitting there, you're hungry, and he knows you're hungry. He knows you're hungry. And he's kind of looking at you, giving you that look, saying, oh, I'm going to give you a thin wafer bit. Anyway, I won't be going on for much longer. Right, mate, I'm off. Healthy food, quiet around Tesco. Nice. Great to speak to you. Yes, look after yourself, Scott. Best wishes to Wanda. Have a great day, and lose some more pounds and get some more food. Get some lychee. I'd like to see a lychee video from you, mate. Nice to speak as ever, mate. God bless you. Chris says, I watched all that fancy swag on the telly after you you was done, you wouldn't want to come out after it. No, I wouldn't. So I'll tell you what, I've got I've got to sneeze. I've sneezed. I have to say it's been a great live. It's 1.5 hours on a Sunday morning, bit of a chat. I have to say thank you everybody who's watched us. This is just like a dress rehearsal for Saturday night evenings, tea time live chat, which will be coming up in a few weeks' time. I'll say I wasn't expecting anybody to be on this today, so it's always nice talking to you. Fun times, makes my style of work better. Have a good day, mate. Big fan of your channel. I've been for years. Do like the painting stuff as well. Look after yourself. And I will go now and cook myself up a little bit of dinner. Get some meat carved from Mrs. B. Please watch the Greek videos which come up over the next few weeks. I'm off to Greece on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll get some out and about videos and stuff. And John, thank you, mate. Chris says hello, says goodbye. John says cheers. Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers for you watching. Chris, Emma as well. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all on another live stream. Honestly, it's been great. Cheers, everyone.